Hi, what's going on, Internet? This week's 50 Cent Lick, we're going to continue on and finish up the solos from the Ibanez, Kiesel, Strandberg shootout video that I made. The whole point of this video was to try to show the different tones from the different guitars, just trying to showcase each instrument's strengths. All three of these guitars are extremely well made. It's not really about which one is per se better, I think. I think it's just where the characteristics fit a certain lick or fit a certain vibe better for each particular instrument. The first part of this tapping lick is actually fairly easy to play and fairly easy to nail in time and rhythmic, even though it's fast sextuplets. And the reason for it is it's all just played on the first string. It's just basic hammer-ons and pull-offs. Once you get the technique down, this one pretty much just flies. So it's going to look like this. So we're picking on the first string, and we're going to do a hammer-on from 12, 13 to 16. So again, it's more harmonic minor scale. Now the tap note is going to be 19. Basically down those notes, so I'm just going to call out the tap note because we're just doing the same notes as we were doing before, back and forth with hammer-ons and pull-offs. So we're going to tap 19, 22, 17, 24. So again, nice and slow. Now if you notice right now I don't have a muter on my guitar, so the key with muting the strings and controlling them is really with the palm of your right hand. So I'm keeping my hand down against those strings the whole time. Now the tricky part here is that as you move up and down the neck you might get a little bit of a squeak. So, some things live versus when they're recorded. I'll admit when I recorded it I used a muter instead to help keep it extra quieter. Using something like this Groove Gear muter can go a long way when you're in the recording stage of things. Something that might be a really good take live just isn't quite good enough because of one little teeny harmonic ringing out. This will really be a lifesaver. So to head into the very end of this tapping part, this is probably going to be the hardest part. This took me the most amount of time practicing it, writing it, practicing it, and then finally recording the stupid thing. So after you do the tap at 24, you're going to go down the notes and then back up them still on the first string. And then that's where we're going to transition over. I'm doing tapping with now my middle finger and my ring finger back and forth down the strings. So we're going to tap on the 22nd to the 21st frets, going from the second string to the third string. Then we're going to do a pull-off to 17, a pull-off to 14, and a slide to 13. So that was... Then after I slide down to 14, I re-hammer back on at 16. Then I'm going to move my tap down to sort of where we were just at, and I'm going to tap from 17 on the third, 18 on the second, back to 17 on the third. So after you do those taps from the second and third back again, you're going to do a pull-off from 16 to 13, a slide all the way down to 10, and then a hammer back on 13. So it's the same kind of move that we just did, just different frets. Now I'm going to tap from 16 to 17, then back down, a pull-off from 13 to 10, then I'm going to shift my hand up and I'm going to tap at 19 on the 5th and 4th strings. Now this is the hardest part at the very tail end of the lick, because so far all the notes that we've been playing have been a shape that sort of fits the way our hand just sort of naturally will be shaped as we set it down on the neck, but this one's going to be directly parallel. So I'm tapping 19 on the 4th string to 19 on the 5th, then a pull off from 15 to 12, back to 15, tap 19, and then back to 12th fret on the 5th string. So I'll go nice and slow from the beginning. This is the most confusing part of the whole thing. Now we finally got the ending. It's nice and simple. So I'm starting off with 2 percussive notes. Then I'm going to do a hammer-on from 12 to 13 on the second string into a slide, up to 17. Then I'm going to skip down to the 4th string on 19, pick that twice, 19 on the 5th string once, and then 19 on the 4th again. So thank you for stopping by and checking out this lick. As always, feel free to look around our channel. We've got plenty of product reviews, free lessons, and free music to stream on our YouTube channel. You can also stop by our Bandcamp page to purchase our debut album, Suds for Spuds, as well as these licks that we've been working on right now. As always, please hit like and subscribe. It helps our channel continue to grow. So take it easy. Bye.